YouTube, welcome back. Welcome back. Hope you all had a good weekend. We're back with some more Warhammer 40k Rogue Trader. We are in the Janus system, or we're in Telikos Epsilon system. Very cool. Let's explore a few worlds here. Begin scanning. Like a gas giant. Curious what we use this fuel for. Yeah. Doesn't seem to go into... I don't know, it doesn't seem like we use fuel. Begin scanning ice world. Snow world. Lady Theodora loved frozen worlds. I never did discover the reason why. But the Lord Captain never missed a chance to visit such a planet, even on the slightest pretext. It has plasteel, but we don't have extractum. We don't have mining things. Oh, damn. Look at this hive city. Cool. It's huge. Okay, who are we taking? Yep, seems like a good bunch. Governor Viat's estate. This is like a tropical world. Look at the birds. Hopefully no chaos incursions on this planet. Seems like every planet we go to, there's some kind of chaos thing going on. Oh, what's this? What's this about? The governor about to get sniped here? Stenza Viat. Ooh. A lavishly dressed noblewoman in an opulent silk gown watches you with an expectant air, but then gracefully bows her head. Gem-encrusted implants protrude from her arms and neck. I welcome you on behalf of the noble house of Viat Ab Aram. My name is Vistenza Janus Viat Ab Aram af Coronis. By the grace of the Emperor and the will of Rogue Trader Theodora von Valancius, I serve as planetary governor and imperial commander-in-chief of this world. Stenza Viat raises her head slightly. Turns to Abelard. Greetings to you, noble Versarian. It's been years since your last visit to Janus. I am glad to see you again. It is a good sign when a rogue trader seneschal does not visit a subject planet for a long time. Isn't that correct, Lady Viat? It means the governor is taking care of all matters and there is no need for the seneschal to interfere. Stenza lets out a musical laugh. I hear praise in those words, and I thank you for them. She turns to you once again. In truth, your arrival in the place of the esteemed Lady von Valancius is quite unexpected. I hope my coming in Theodora's stead has not disappointed you too much. Not in the least, your lordship. On the contrary, I am delighted after all these years to once again welcome to my world. ... Oh. Oh. Guys. Did the lady get killed?
You'll die quickly.
Been ambushed. How many people? There's only 5? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So if I put Lady Cassia here.
Me.
And
Assist, Lord Captain.
murder all those
Is
guys.
this just a job for the serfs?
And then tell Argenta to set them all on fire.
Doubt is for the weak.
Seems good.
Quick, quick!
Ow.
I can handle this.
Enjoy your luck while you still draw breath.
Ow.
Emperor, protect me.
Ow. Okay, murdering time.
Not a problem for me.
The scriptural property significant value.
Okay.
Request approved.
Already done.
Who is this? Heinrichs? Fine, finish this guy.
Naturally. Be gone, momentum.
I have momentum.
I won't object to it. I'm done with this one.
Hello? What's going on? There was one guy left. Oh. Oh. Okay, we will do Shield of the Emperor. Word of the Emperor, sorry. Ripper Rebels, and they got 100 something HP. Great. Diversionist Rebel.
I won't go down easy.
Someone.
Okay.
Show me what you've got.
Hold on. Here we go.
Grenadier Rebel, that's scary. Yeah, that's why.
Scared, yeah?
Damn.
Oh,
Is that the only... They're all on that side? Okay. Okay. Seneschal.
A tactically sound approach. Someone else can do this. Indeed. I will do my duty.
Kill this man.
We'll rule the stars themselves. At your beck and call.
Said kill him.
Victory is imminent. I took care of this one. Indeed.
Excellent. Okay.
let's
Yep,
make
our
it
gents are
quick.
stunned. Great. Pascal. We could do isn't there an AoE? Go like this.
Running binary override.
Okay. Oh, she does have her turn. I thought Cassie was stunned. Let's go here and hit him with the eye. Sorry, Abelard.
I'm not accustomed to being ordered around. If I may,
Yeah, let's just do this again. Nice.
Terminated.
Let's tell Abelard
paint your
to
death in colors.
have his finest hour.
I will do my duty. Reduced to dust. At your beck and call. I took care of this one.
Excellent.
Victory is imminent.
My man's just gonna soul
At
the
your
entire
beck and
team.
call.
Okay, that's your turn. That's your turn.
Out of my way.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Odds of the trial.
Forgot about you back there. Okay, what am I doing? I guess I will kill this person.
All too easy.
Or try to. At least. Hit him with the ring.
Nothing I can't do.
Nope. Nobody can go again?
Suits my purposes.
Okay. These red float. Oh, they're like marked or something.
I need a foothold.
Okay. Oh, you don't do a lot of damage here. I gotta get you a better melee weapon. What's your other? 7. No. Okay. Let's get some shields going again. And kill this guy. And
I won't object to it.
Abelard the Iron Arm.
For the throne's glory.
And endure. Okay.
One fewer target. Follow my lead. I'm not interested.
High momentum.
Have momentum. So we go here like this, and then we tell our comrades to dodge, and we hit the concentrated fire. And then we go like this.
Faith without deed, Emperor. I am his will made manifest.
And then we pop our momentum.
As the Emperor commanded, this is why I was chosen. I'll do it. None can escape the Emperor's judgment.
Pascal, you just come over here
The scriptural prognosis is favorable.
and help out Creamy. Why not?
Running by near close.
Kill that guy. Excellent.
Requests approved.
Boost their weapons, and you're good.
Emperor, give me strength. Me? If you insist, Lord Captain. I am a navigator, not a servitor.
But of course. Holy terror! Smite your enemies!
I'm not accustomed to being ordered around.
Almost done.
My faith strengthens me.
Damn it! Oh, I'm here, maggot.
Nice.
Let's get to it.
I shall not fear. Not a problem for me. All too easy.
As the Emperor commanded, eradicated.
Is it just the one? Yeah, it's just
I'll
the
put
one.
my psychic abilities to use. Let's see to it.
I forgot I could charge.
My place is at the fore.
All right, finish.
Indeed.
Finish her.
An exemplary strike.
Okay. Can Argenta hit from here? Yeah. Nice. State Warden. Your Lordship, Emperor, preserve us. Are you all right? Do not fret, layperson. We have grown used to outrageous slovenlessness among the wardens of every world we visit. Pascal's vox, quiet at first, is booming with fury by the end of his remark. Pale grayness is strangling this peasant like a noose. His words are laden with fear for our well-being, and yet he fears for his own even more. Kill the officer, you incompetent, inept piece of grok shit. What is the point of you? I can be attacked on the governor's own estate. I am fine. I can't say the same for the attackers. Raise the throne. If you would please follow me, I will personally escort you to the governor, where you'll have the protection of walls and wardens. Lead on. Every place we go to, there's some chaos thing going on. Who is the Eldar lady too? Question mark. I mean, I already know. Well, I don't know, but I know she could join our retinue. But where are we? But a lot of people in our group would not be happy. What? Upon seeing you, the guard at the door lets out a frightened yelp and doubles over into a low bow. Your lordship, the most honorable Creamy von Valantius, the governor is awaiting you in her office where she is protected by walls and guards. Would you prefer to meet with her alone or with your entourage? My entourage will accompany me in my meeting. She has guards in there as well. Why she's got like a circle around her. The Stenza Janus Viat Abaram of Coronis is furiously swiping at a data slate, issuing commands into a gilded vox. On seeing you, she hurriedly puts away her devices, smooths her skirt, and drops into a deep curtsy. Your lordship, accept my abject apologies for the reprehensible stunt that spoiled the reception. Even in my worst nightmares, I could never have imagined. Reprehensible saw I thought firing moving targets was part of the ceremony. You can stop apologizing for Stenza. Your local fuss is of no concern to me. I am in urgent need of provisions from Janus. The Stenza shares a glance with her companion, who is standing beside her. The companion casts a quick, frightened look at you and hurriedly lowers her eyes. The Stenza sighs and throws up her hands. Oh, your lordship, it would give me great pleasure to immediately demonstrate the productive might of Janus to you, but there are some issues. One of your wardens helped us in battle. A superb shot. Who was it? You must be referring to Erliet, our chief ally in the struggle against the rebels. I've turned a blind eye to her horrific mutations, given the undoubted advantages she brings. You see, Erliet, I don't know how to pronounce it, comes from the local degenerate stock of this world and knows Janus like the back of her hand. So she has provided several leads as to where she can find bases and secret storehouses. Although I admit that at times I am tempted to send her away from the estate, her unnaturalness means that speaking with her always leaves me feeling uneasy. Such a gaunt, unfeminine figure and so tall. Heinrich's expression shifts. Did I hear you correctly, Governor? You have a mysterious mutant on your estate at this very moment, one of prodigious height, slight build, and with a supernatural talent for shooting. Did the arrival of this helper never give you pause for thought? Allow me to make myself clear. To refuse her help in our circumstances would have been incredibly rash. Yes, mutants are creatures abhorrent to the Emperor, and they should be exterminated, but sometimes humanity makes exceptions for those who can serve the Imperium. I am not concerned with your aid. I'm not concerned that your aide is a mutant. I am far more concerned that she may be nothing of the sort. Heinrich turns to you. Creamy, I would like to meet this helper of Governor Viat's without delay, out of professional interest. If you wish to speak to Yerlet, you will find her outside in the orangery, most likely by the gazebo. She prefers to keep her distance from others. So what's happening on the planet? Several months ago, uprisings broke out on Janus. I was not even notified at first. Griping worms are for wardens to worry about. Alas, I only learned of what was happening after the miscreants began targeting noble families. Stenza shakes her head, and then it became apparent that what the Administratum's accounts had referred to as unrest were in fact organized attacks on infrastructure and society leaders. They have already brought 13 agri-complexes to a halt and have now moved on to assassination attempts. My wardens are doggedly tracking down the rebels, but their leaders are slipping from our grasp yet again. Footfall station on the verge of starvation. Can Janus supply the people there with provisions? Yes and no, your lordship. If the question is, can such an expansive and fertile world as this one feed a few thousand void rats? Of course it can. You lose more provisions to gnawing pests every cycle than those on Footfall could eat in their entire lives. But can we ship said provisions to Footfall? Not a chance. Any cargo shuttle that leaves the surface will be a target for attack. The rebels will not hesitate to bring it down, sending flaming debris over the capital. Our silos could become targets for sabotage. Food could be poisoned or mined. The logistics of transporting supplies to Football will only be possible once the uprising has been completely crushed, of course. Can Janus fulfill its foodstuff supplies under current conditions? Risk angering you, your lordship, but this is nothing compared to shamelessly deceiving you. Let us consider the situation dispassionately. Even the most talented logistics experts of the Administratum are unable to guarantee stable tides when shuttles are wary of landing at the spaceport. and the terrified peasants are indulging a dangerous minority within their ranks. Until the usual order of things are restored on Janus, any trade is nigh impossible. Considering what has occurred, your visit is a true blessing. You see, Janus does not have its own fleet. We could organize a planet-wide search if we had ships at our disposal. Ships like yours, your lordship. Perhaps you will find a way to support your subjects in their hour of need. I'm sure even approximate coordinates would be sufficient to have the ground forces and ship's crew work together to hunt down the enemy. I promise you, Governor, I will hunt down the seeds of rebellion and heresy on your planet and burn them to ash. Concern appears in Vistenza's eyes. The resolve and valor of the Von Valancius dynasty knows those bounds. I am immeasurably thankful for your help. If any of those who attacked the estate had survived, then perhaps they could have been a valuable source of information. But you made an example of them for the rest of the foolish rabble. Stenza glanced at the Vox. Incidentally, I did overhear the Wardens talking about some kind of stranger in the area. Besides that, we still do not know who let those reprobates into the estate. The person who did it might also know something. I, as well as my retinue, are at your service. My secretary is checking the staff as we speak and removing all traces of the attack from the estate. An esteemed Magos, who is responsible for agronomic efforts on the planet, is also here. He happened to be visiting this week to deliver his personal report. And of course, there's my aide in the war against the rebels, Yerlet. I have no doubt she will be delighted to share her knowledge of Janus with your lordship. Who's this person standing next to you? One of my ladies-in-waiting, Amelia. Amelia performs secretarial duties and helps me to remain in constant contact with those families who are most responsible for the productivity and prosperity of Janus. I trust my advisors implicitly, and over time, Amelia has become not merely a faithful companion, but almost my shadow. Losing her would be like losing my right hand. Stenza laughs and gives Amelia an encouraging nod. Amelia drops into a low curtsy. To bathe in the light of your greatness is a true honor, rogue trader. She's a spy. Where are we? Okay.
Victory awaits.
So there's nowhere else to...
When I was a child, I was once initiated into some of the mysteries of tech ministry. I still have questions that you might be able to answer, Magos.
There's nothing else in here. So let's go to the orangery, which I guess is like an orchard of orange trees. I don't know. Maybe they make the color orange there. And then we can have this Eldari lady join us if we so wish, although half of our party would not be happy about it.
The sacred exterminatus. I saw it for the first time in
What?
all its fiery majesty.
What are you talking about?
An awesome sight to behold. Like a giant brush wiping all the colors of the world from the canvas of reality.
Jeez, you two. Okay, I think this is the... Draped in a red cloak, the Magos' body barely looks human. Wires, tubes, and metal manipulators turn him into a whimsical machine, while implants hide his face behind a sinister mask. The tech priest intermittently dictates something in Techna Lingua, with the servoscope floating next to him, but at your approach he falls silent and offers a reserved bow. Greetings, your lordship. Lex Mechanic Vinzelix, how may I serve you? Pascal and the Lex Mechanic exchange trills of binary greetings. Series of sounds issued by Vinzelix sound much longer and more deferential than those of Pascal. What do you do here? By the order of the Adeptus Mechanicus, I am entrusted with the management of the Adeptus Administratum in order to catalog agronomic data and analyze information about the planet during the process of subjugating it to the will of the Imperium. Be blessed, Tech Brother. Your diligence and the diligence of those like you turns anarchy into order and bestows classification to knowledge. One of Pascal's mechadendrites lightly touches the Lex Mechanic's body. Whoa. The Lex Tech Priest bows respectfully in return, clearly a little startled. Tell me about Janus. Initializing report. Planet soil possesses blah blah blah. Trace of xeno activity. According to data obtained during the initial survey, ruined structures of non-human in origin were noted in different sectors of the planet, but I did not have the administrative capacity to study them in more detail. For now, I must defer the quest for knowledge. Lex Mechanic speaks the last words with distinct envy, his eyes fixed on Magos Hanneman. Or pathologies. I don't care. Okay, some kind of anomalies. Okay. How is the governor dealing with undesirable pathologies? I've analyzed the genome of the affected species and I'm currently developing suppressor genes to make the planet's organisms resistant to pathology. But so far I've not been able to solve the problem. Further exploration of the planet would perhaps speed up these processes, but the administrative apparatus has imposed a ban on expeditions that are not directly aimed at improving production. How are things with you and your fellows? How many servants of you are on the planet? Okay. I thought he might have something to sell. So some kind of mutations going on. All right, nothing over here. Is this the orangery? There's your let. Otherworldly silence reigns over the arches of the gazebo. Perhaps a sound barrier generator is mounted in the dome? You, Eldar woman.
Iliad Lenevis greets you, Elantark.
Yurilet Lenevis greets you. Bizarre creature before you only vaguely resembles a typical human. An elongated body, slender limbs, pointed features. Every aspect of its appearance is unnatural and alien. Creature turns its head to you.
Regrettable news. This creature is not a mutant as the locals assumed, but a representative of the Eldari, one of the myriad enemies of humanity. You should not trust this creature. Do not communicate with it any longer than necessary.
There is no need to mutilate my language, monkey. I speak yours well enough to converse with Elantark without a translator. And since you have discerned my path, I will be direct in my speech. My soul is nothing kin to yours. Your kind call us Xenos, as if we are all as one. I came here to protect the Lilithon by assisting the governor against her enemies. Will you hear me, or be blinded to sense by your precepts?
I will speak with you, but keep your hands where I can see them.
Reckless.
Must I remind you, Master Van Kalox, that the warrant endows rogue traders with the sacred right to have dealings with Xenos when necessary? That exceptional memory of yours seems to have let you down.
Thanks, Abelard.
I have banished the shadow of doubt from your thoughts regarding my nature. Now you will answer my question. Why have you sought me out?
Why are you helping the governor?
This world is in distress. I wish to protect it from unnecessary suffering.
What do you know about the rank-and-file rebels?
Only that they threaten the established order. There is much risk to this world should the ruler die.
Her face is unreadable, but you detect a strained tension in her voice, as though she is choosing her words carefully. You're the mysterious helper?
I am Elantark. My hand parried the death promised to the ruler of these people, and I aided you in battle against the Lost Ones.
Do you know who's behind the uprisings?
There is a malevolence here that drives your kin down the path of violence.
How did you come to be on Janus?
The world you call Janus was once created by the will of my kin. I have far more right to be on the Lilithon than any of you.
Why do you call me Elantark?
Because that is what you are. Elantark means stranger from the darkness amidst the stars. You descended on flame-winged machines in a dark time when the air of the planet is soaked in blood and pain. Will you be the one to bring peace to the Lilithon?
Spoke to the Magos in charge of operations on the planet. He said something's gone wrong with this world. There are spontaneous mutations, animal attacks. Maybe you have something to say about that?
The Lilithon is expressing her wrath. For centuries, this world has resisted the brutality inflicted upon it by soulless machines and unmindful creatures.
Oh, we're on Avatar world.
But what the machine man told you, That is something else. Something more frightening. The planet is fighting an evil that has taken root in its very cradle.
Your answers are not particularly helpful.
But you are not asking for help, Elantark. You are merely asking questions, the answers to which are either unimportant or wreathed in shadow. Explore this place. Speak to those who know. A simple task for you, and an insurmountable challenge for me, since my very appearance provokes fear and suspicion. When you learn anything, tell me. Perhaps then my answers will be helpful to your search.
Okay, we can ask her to join us. None of the locals will dare to look askance at you in the rogue trader's presence.
So be it.
Okay.
With all due respect, are you sure this is the right decision? We know nothing about this Xenos or why she has wormed her way into the governor's confidence. As far as I can tell, she isn't especially keen to help us, and yet, for some obviously dark reason, she has decided to take part in our investigation.
My judgments and choices are for me alone, Monkey. If uniting with your master will bring peace to the Lilithon, then it is the true path. Do not get in my way if you value your next breath.
You have not yet spent enough time among humans if you think threats will dispose me more favorably toward you. The decision is yours, rogue trader. But let me be clear. I will terminate your pet Xenos at the first sign of her non-compliance.
I am ready, Ellen.
She is a ranger who follows the path of the outcast, and her skills in ranged combat are without equal. She does not use human weapons and can wear either Eldari armor, or if she learns the required feature, Drukari armor. Unique ability instantly ends her turn. However, at the start of her next turn, she will make an attack that always hits its targets. Okay. Yeah, goodbye, Heinrichs. We'll take,
Speak, Elantark.
trying to level you up. Assassin, of course. Sure, Death Whisper. Something about openings. You know, witness. Lone killer. No. Penetrating sight. Armor pen. Yep, that seems good. All right. Let's just check her. See if I have any better stuff. I have nothing that she can... No weapons she can use. And it looks like no armor she can use. Okay. Can give her some boots. It's for melee. Sure, I hit it like a bayonet knife. I didn't realize that. Anything else good here? Immune to burning, I guess. Increase damage against Xenos. Alright. Okay. So, who else could we talk to? Let's back up footfall. Gather more governor state. Find information about the rebels causing arrest and you'll help to narrow the search. Find leads to track down the rebels. Okay.
I won't tolerate weakness.
I guess we just walk around This is just a random NPC. Yeah. What's this? Ivy covering the archway gives off a delicate, heady fragrance, although you do not see any flowers. Alright, before we go down there, we will...
Follow my
What a
lead.
splendid estate. I have seen pics of our ancient manors in the House Orselio archives.
What is this?
This place is very similar.
Governor's Palace is opulent. The gilt finishes of plaster are updated regularly and frequently. Seems too frequently, even for a building situated on the coast.
Relaxing with a book in the garden after her lessons.
Anything back here? Bunch of servants.
A new challenge for me.
Old servant. Hearing your footsteps, the Eldari servant grabs an ejector and stabs it into his arm. The area around the needle immediately starts turning black. You're too late, Viat's dogs. I'm the master of my own fate. When he gets a better look at you, the man drops the injector in astonishment and seems poised to prostrate himself on the floor before you. It's you, your lordship. The God Emperor must have brought you here. I beg you, help the rebels and save Janus. He doubles up, hugging himself, and is racked by coughing that leaves his lips wet with blood. Forgive me, your lordship. If only I'd known it was you. My eyes deceived me. We have little time now, but I swear I'll tell you everything. Looking closely at the old man, the tech priest utters nerve toxin. The inevitable cessation of vital functions is expected in no more than 60 seconds. Silent clicks emitting by the visor indicate an ongoing picked recording. You helped the rebels gain access? Your lordship, could I have done otherwise? No, I could not. Not after everything I've seen in the palace. People being shipped in and tortured. Servants being driven mad. For a long time, I thought it was only going on inside the estate. But I was contacted by people on the outside. I learned that all of Janus is under threat. Only your mercy and the light of the God Emperor can save us. The old servants let out a moan. The dark stain on his arm seems to creep through his veins until his arms and neck are a latticework of black. The servant's breath quickens and becomes irregular. In the name of the Golden Throne, your lordship, show mercy on the humble workers and the salt of Janus. Save them. Stenza Viat, the untouchable governor and leader of the nobility, is creating something monstrous behind closed doors. She uses the Imperium's interests as a smokescreen and purports to be a scholar, but her actions are poisoning our planet. Did you know that the settlements that fail to pay their due tithes on time have been allowed to pay with people instead? They even deliver them to order. Sometimes old folks, sometimes children. Lowers his voice to a whisper and leads toward you. I've seen those people. I've seen them being delivered to the estate, and then they're never seen or heard from again. They go into the secret rooms. They don't come out again, your lordship, ever. Peasants who were taken to Urak 5 to serve Haras or Celio were never seen or heard from again either. They become loyal servants and toiled for the good of a great dynasty. Why should they ever return to their filthy, squalid abodes? Servant shakes and coughs violently. I'm not sure I'll last long enough to answer all your questions. What secret rooms? Hidden chambers deep within the palace. I've never been inside, thankfully. The servants who are allowed in, the ones the governor trusts, they change. She changes them, pretties them up, defiles them. I see no shadows of deceit behind your words, and even so, I would have noticed. I know I would have noticed the signs of which your let's face tenses like a taut string, but doubt creeps into her expression. Except when Stenza hosts one of her dances at the palace, she sends me away to search for the rebels, into the forest, far from human settlements. You accuse the rogue trader's appointed governor of heresy? Your words are false. They themselves are tantamount to heresy. But if what you say is true, if it's true, then your sacrifice will be to your credit, my good man. Argenta utters these last words with impassioned conviction. I swear I'm not lying. Pray for me, holy sister, for me and for Janus. The old man starts to convulse, indicating that he's close to death. He raises his already unseeing eyes to you. Your lordship, if you'll permit a dying man to make one last request, don't tell anyone that I was the one who unlocked the doors. If you do, they'll go after my family, my own. No, I have not asked all my questions. Please save us, save Janus. Interesting.
I'll lay claim to the stars.
Okay. So, let's go down here.
Victory awaits.
Bunch of random noble NPC aristocrat. Atius Quint. Atius? Who are you? A stooped man wearing a cloak of the Adeptus Administratum is reviewing information on a dated slate while his quietly whirring mechanical arms fill a long scroll with writing. Upon noticing you, the man stretches his thin lips into a smile and deferentially bows. The light in his eyes of the servo, the light in the eyes of the servo skull hovering over his right shoulder gently pulsate. Your lordship, what an honor it is to address you in person. Allow me to introduce myself, Atius Quint, Prefectus of the Officio Agriculti. I'll preserve the record of our conversation forever. What do you think of Stenza? Governor is a superb leader. She possesses an excellent grasp of all matters and never uses an incorrect form for a given situation. I do not pry into her personal affairs, but if I may speak plainly, a lady who fills out paperwork with such finesse cannot be a bad person in my view. What do you think about the governor's helper? Tilius looks askance at Urlet and offers a strained smile. A highly exceptional individual. After today's regretful event, I'm beginning to hold her talents in particular esteem. Verily, even mutants who have seen the light of the God Emperor can faithfully serve his flock. Moreover, Urlet's particular abilities could be an interesting subject of study for the Magos Biologists. That elongated head shape, those eyes, judging by the skull that was given to me to send on to Footfall, such developmental anomalies on Janus are not a quirk of nature, but some kind of inheritable trait. Urlet freezes, completely turning into a living statue. What did you say? Oh, madame, may I have my words upset you? I'm certain your kinsman would be delighted to learn that people wish to make pretty press paper out of his remains. And besides, I could be wrong about the nature of his origins. What skull are you talking about? Most remarkable item, I must say, a true anomaly. One moment. After rummaging in a nearby container, Tilius draws out a parcel she immediately unwraps. Here it is. I believe the finished piece was intended to be given as a gift to the governor, but under the current circumstances, I doubt I will be able to send it to Footfall anytime soon. Urlet stares at the skull in silence. You can see her jaw working under her delicate skin. For a few seconds, she abruptly turns away. Pascal's mechadendrites reach towards Atius with interest, seeming to unnerve him a little. Adequately preserved. It is a pity that it is empty inside. It could have become a proper servo skull herald for their rogue trader. Unorthodox. A curiosity like this, remove it from my sight. Oh, yes, of course, of course. What do you know about the attack on the estate? A disgraceful incident, simply disgraceful. I cannot believe these scoundrels would dare to come so close, and to drag the nobility into this as well. They penetrated the estate, that means they had help from some worthless servant or other. Security is currently questioning the survivors, but the culprit has not been found, yet. What record of our conversation? Your lordship, I painstakingly record every conversation with high-ranking personages, and afterward I fill out all 7 accompanying forms personally. And of course, what great fortune it is to see for the very first time in all my years of service an emissary of the Navis Nobilite here on Janus. I humbly welcome the esteemed Cassia Tisifia Evrelia, Lady Navigator of House Orselio. Everything from her condescending gaze and confident bearing to her calm but commanding voice marks Cassia as the heiress of a great bloodline. Awestruck, the secretary writes down each letter of her name with particular fastidiousness. Strange hobby, but you may continue. What are your duties? I oversee the administrative apparatus on the planet and serve as a secretary. I'm also responsible for the logistics related to supplying the planets of the Von Valancius dynasty and the timely payment of tithes to the Imperium's official collectors. When did the collector ships last come to Janus? Oh, your lordship, I must confess that as yet I have not had the pleasure of filling out a sacred tithe protocol form. The last Imperial ships to come here did so under my predecessor. Come to think of that, that would have been several decades ago. I do hope the logisticians responsible for such an unforgivable oversight lose their heads over this. When were the last shipments sent to my dynasty? Oh, your lordship, our supply shipments are all in order. All foodstuffs and other items are ready for export and are simply awaiting the arrival of the transport ships. However, given the current circumstances on the planet, Janus could not provide even one tranche more than what is already prepared. I am certain the situation will be rectified in the near future. I must take my leave. Didn't really seem useful.
This cannot be. Follow my lead.
What's going on down? Oh. What's going on down here? Me and Cassia going for a walk? Look, we can get down to the water this way. Could we perhaps take a brief detour for a closer look? Or?
I sense something nearby.
Forgive me for so boldly stealing you away from the others. It's just that I simply wish to spend just a brief moment admiring the breathtaking nature of this place. Reflected in Cassia's eyes, the bright blue sky looks as though it is engulfed in a blazing sunset. Within the station's walls, I could never hope to see anything like this. A sky or sea or green leaves, I only knew them from meager memories of my childhood. But for me, to marvel at the grand canopy of the sky again is a true blessing. Pick a nearby flower and give it to Cassia. Here's your chance to take a small piece of this place with you. Oh, wait. Is the flower gonna be bad? Oh. Cassia gingerly accepts the flower from your hands. Its petals are like velvet, and the fragrance, it is both sweet and spicy. Fascinating specimen of the local plant life. I do not remember seeing it in the great concordance of flora and verdure within the Coronis Expanse, recorded by Magos biologist Clarissa Pratt. Although I suppose I simply ought to thank you for it. This flower is very beautiful indeed. I imagine you never set foot in sea waters before. Would you like to try? Step into the sea? Me? There's nothing to fear. We shall just let our feet soak a little. Mischievous dashes of yellow and lilac are floating in the wind like bands all around you. I've never seen you exude such colors before. How unexpected. Okay. We're gonna go dip our fish. This is wait, this cutscene is so weird. The sea, it's so wet and cold, and the tiny pebbles tickle my feet. I never thought it would be so agreeable and a little startling. Thank you for encouraging me. Cassia catches herself, her expression changing in a flash. She gently frees her hand and awkwardly looks away. Move closer and silently take in the view. This place eases the soul, wouldn't you agree? And we are on our way. Already? Yes, of course. I think I know what my next painting will be. Medicaid?
The burden of
Chains or ropes with shackles on the end could be
terrible
seen in the
punishment.
water. Interesting.
My warp sight reveals something.
Oh, secret goods in the ocean. Okay.
It's about time.
Secret goods in the flowers here. Okay. We could go up here.
A new challenge for me?
It's pretty big, actually. This. Can we see this? Place seems like it was recently disturbed. Dust has been swept from the stones. There's some unidentifiable dirt between the cracks, and you notice several thin scratches on the surface.
I did fine.
Chapel is built of luxurious materials, but the holy place looks half abandoned. You cannot smell any burnt incense in the air. You see no seals of cleansing on the doors, and you hear no prayers, no human voices or Vox recordings. Interesting.
I'll lay claim to the stars.
Executive Spire hastily turned into a watchtowers, a sure sign of a turbulent situation on the agri world. Okay, we'll go over this way. Actually, before we go down here... Wait, that's where our ship is. Oh, wait. I didn't even know this was a thing. Oh. Go like this. What was that? N. N to change my thing. Okay. Security officer. All right. Well, finish up our investigation in the next episode, guys. Thank you all for watching. I hope you all had a great weekend again. Love you all. Make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, leave your comments down below. Next episode's out tomorrow. Same time, same place. So I will see you all then.